Deep within forgotten swamps, where perpetual fog suffocates the light, existed a quiet civilization the outside world chose to completely ignore. These were the war snails, a peaceful race whose very existence was soon to be violently challenged. Their long era of tranquility shattered the moment the centipede dominion aggressively clawed its way into their home. The initial invasion began with an immediate and overwhelming wave of searing, destructive fire. Centipedes poured into the marsh like an unstoppable river of chitinous, sharp-edged death. The very sound of their armored blades rattling against each other sent shivers of dread through every remaining shell. Their potent venom melted protective shells with horrifying ease, leaving nothing safe or sound. Entire villages built by the snails were reduced to smoldering ruins before the next dawn could break. The echoes of their final, desperate cries seemed to hang forever over the desolate wetlands. Captain Slithero, once just a simple guardian, witnessed his entire world collapsing under a relentless venom storm. Watching his home burn, he made an unbreakable, lifelong vow in the ashes of defeat. He declared, "We may crawl at a measured pace, but our ultimate vengeance will certainly strike faster than their poisonous fangs." The surviving snails gathered in secret, no longer the peaceful citizens they once were, but truly shattered souls. Grimcoil, a warrior of incredible natural defense, carried the crushing weight of a family lost beneath enemy claws. There was Myrella, the unnervingly silent scout, who could traverse the thickest fog without leaving a single trace. Tarkrust was scarred deeply by flame and acid, yet his own resilient shell was now as hard and unyielding as solid granite. Little Echo, despite his size, possessed an almost supernatural ability to detect enemy vibrations miles away through the earth. These broken few united to form the Snail of Warforce, an alliance born from absolute tragedy and driven by righteous fury. Their formation was forged not in peace, but in the searing heat of unforgivable loss and a burning need for retribution. Meanwhile, the ruthless Centipede King, Vexarth the Hundred-Bladed, was finalizing his ultimate, devastating plan. His grand objective was a final, merciless invasion meant to permanently exterminate every last snail from the world map. On the perilous eve of this final battle, Slithero led his small squad to a commanding perch atop a massive, fallen willow tree. He looked at his comrades and delivered the chilling command, "Tonight, we permanently cease our crawling." He finished with a fierce promise. "Tonight, we make the enemy truly terrified of the shadows we inhabit." The soldiers then coated their shells in thick tar like war paint, allowing them to vanish completely into the oppressive night shadows. As the moon was swallowed by cloud cover, the final, horrific slaughter mercifully commenced. The natural fog in the marsh grew impossibly thick, absorbing all available light and sound. An unnerving, absolute silence descended across the entire battlefield, broken only by the swamp's own heavy breathing. Then, the terrifying, unexpected symphony of screams erupted from the newly engaged enemy lines. Mirella darted through the chaos, swiftly eliminating centipede scouts, using her deadly, poisoned slime daggers. Grimcoil charged directly into the heart of the enemy formation, his massive shell cracking segment after armored segment. Tarkrust strategically detonated hidden sludge mines, causing massive explosions beneath the enemy's unprotected undersides. Echo's ghostly warnings whispered through the darkness, perfectly anticipating every incoming, unseen attack. Slithero weaved through the massacre with the cold, unwavering focus of a truly perfected executioner. Every precise strike he landed was a tribute paid for a lost comrade from the fallen ranks. Every single kill etched a fresh, painful memory deep into the very core of his already burdened soul. Yet, despite their desperate efforts, the enemy forces seemed utterly endless, continuing their relentless advance. At the very epicenter of the ruined, burning marsh, Slithero finally confronted Vexarth, the monstrous king himself. The Centipede King towered over him, his obsidian armor plates shimmering like hardened volcanic rock. Vexarth hissed a cold dismissal. "Your kind is inherently too slow and lamentably weak to ever truly matter in this fight." The king scornfully finished, "You are nothing more than insignificant, temporary prey for my army's consumption." Slithero's own shell finally cracked under the immense pressure, but he refused to yield even a single inch of ground. He crawled forward with a raw whisper that carried the weight of his entire race. Prey knows how to endure, while hunters inevitably perish. Gathering the very last reserves of his failing energy, he unleashed the forbidden abyssal shellburst technique. The resulting shockwave was so catastrophic, it physically shattered the very ground beneath the entire swamp floor. When the dust settled and the blinding light faded, both the great king and the brave captain lay motionless. Seeing their leader defeated and the immediate threat vanished, The remaining centipedes instantly broke formation and fled in utter panic. As the first rays of true dawn finally pierced the heavy smoke, the marsh was revealed as a wasteland of smoldering ruins. Everywhere, the silent, still bodies of the fallen warriors from both sides marked the terrible cost of the victory. Mirella eventually located Slithero, finding him barely clinging to a final, ragged thread of life. She asked the captain, with tears in her voice, "We survived this nightmare, but tell me, what part of us remains whole?" Slithero focused on the rising sun through his cracked vision and murmured a final, vital lesson. War never purifies anything it touches. It only leaves behind a trail of grim wreckage. However, he continued with fading strength, as long as a single snail is still capable of crawling forward, hope will always crawl alongside it. The snail of Warforce endured the cataclysm, battered, forever haunted by their trauma, but fundamentally undefeated. And in the profound, returning silence of the Mirkwood Marsh, their terrible, necessary war was certainly not finished.